Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
It's here at a newsstand near you. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win $1,000 instantly when you purchase the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. It's quick and easy for your chance to win. A unique number will be printed at the back of each Guardian newspaper daily. Purchase your Guardian newspaper, then join JW for the daily Guardian Lucky Number Draw, the winning number on just before the nightly news on CNC3. If the number drawn matches the unique number at the back of your Guardian newspaper, then $1,000 is yours. Just bring the winning Guardian newspaper and a picture ID to Guardian Media Limited. You have until 3 p.m. the following workday to claim your prize. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win. NLCB approved.
Are you at home, feeling isolated? Don't worry, we will bring the world to you. The nation's first and leading newspaper, the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, is extending a special home delivery for 30 days for just $99. Yes, for just $99, you can get the TNT Guardian newspaper, the fastest growing and most read newspaper, most credible and highest reader value, and voted tops for best publication by more readers than any other newspaper, delivered to your home. It's easy to subscribe to our home delivery. Simply call us now at 225-4465 extension 4274 and speak to one of our customer service representatives, and we will bring the world to you.
We are the fourth estate. We educate, we inform, and we hold those in authority, politicians, business leaders, and others, to account.
Connecting the public to the truth drives our purpose here at CNC3. When we stand behind a desk every single night, a lot of people don't know that we're a huge part of the news process. We eat, breathe, and sleep news. And that reflects in everything that we do as a news team.
Every day we tell the stories of people's journey through life. Stories of their success, stories of their sadness, stories of their grief, stories of their glory. We're the mirror in which society looks at itself.
When a storm is coming, everyone always thinks worst case scenario, and sometimes it may just be a brief shower or two. It's not always going to be a green veil level event. So it's important to have the most credible and accurate information coming from a verified source.
Welcome, you're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Help us tell your stories.
We all see the negatives happening here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Let us begin the conversation
with inspiring content.
Targeting change.
Inspire TT. Be the change.
The Digital Guardian launches this all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app. This all-new upgraded Digital Guardian app gives you live news on the go. Now get real-time news faster with notifications free of charge to keep you informed on breaking stories. Customize your news feed with only articles you are interested in for easier, comfortable reading and with same convenient access to the digital paper. Visit the iOS App Store and Google Play Store to download or update the Digital Guardian app, the most credible news in TNT. Already have an account? Simply tap on the resource subscription button in settings to sign in. It's a free update.
Make sure you have yourself a great invest week by viewing The Boss Report every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. during CNC3's The Morning Brew. You'll get sound financial advice, whether you're a new or experienced investor, when you view The Boss Report. CNC3, covering your world.
Get the nation's leading newspaper on the go by downloading the Digital Guardian app on your iOS or Android devices now and enjoy our special introductory subscription offer now on. The nation's first and best digital paper in an easy-to-read digital format. The Digital Guardian, Trinidad and Tobago's fastest growing, most subscribed and most read digital paper. Stay on top with the market leader and don't miss a beat in today's fast-paced world. Go to Apple Store or Google Play and download now.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe 'cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you up. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy your treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
It's here at a newsstand near you. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win $1,000 instantly when you purchase the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. It's quick and easy for your chance to win. A unique number will be printed at the back of each Guardian newspaper daily. Purchase your Guardian newspaper, then join JW for the daily Guardian Lucky Number Draw, the winning number on just before the nightly news on CNC3. If the number drawn matches the unique number at the back of your Guardian newspaper, then $1,000 is yours. Just bring the winning Guardian newspaper and a picture ID to Guardian Media Limited. You have until 3 p.m. the following workday to claim your prize. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win. NLCB approved.
So if that was the main course, if that was the appetizer, my apologies, the main course promises to be much more delectable. We have Central FC versus TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers. We're going to take a look at the standings just before this match. La Horquetta Rangers, of course, looking to regain their lead in this tournament. a lead that they've held for a significant portion of the first round of this Ascension tournament. As we get ready to look at the lineups, this is how the La Horquetta Rangers will approach this match. Jabari Bryce is in goal, Emmanuel Thomas, Jesus Perez, Caleb Sturge, Russ Russell Jr. make up the defense, Isaiah Lee, Jamal Creighton, Maurice Dick, Kaihim Thomas, Tyrone Charles, and Jamal Francois round out this 11. For Central, Fakur Katibi takes his spot in goal. Finiche Thompson, Leandro Da Costa, Keegan Farrier, Joko Pierre, the very exciting midfielder, Leandro Da Costa, the other Da Costa brother on the pitch this evening, Romario Burke, Miguel Williams, Kishon St. Rose, who got the hat-trick last weekend, Javon Thomas, and Ronaldo Francois. Central FC is, of course, coached by Russ Russell. His junior is playing wing-back for his opponents this afternoon, the former goalkeeper coach for the Rangers. But before we get into the action, we're going to listen to the thoughts from these teams before this match. Jassy has the interviews.
I think at the best of me, we coming out today to do the best we can and hopefully get the 3 points.
What is the mood like in the Central camp? You know, it's been a rough tournament so far, but slowly you guys are finding your rhythm and your momentum.
Yes, we are still getting into the groove, players still getting to know one another. But as time passes, I feel we have a strong enough team to come out in the top 3 in the league.
It's a bit of a level playing field in the sense that La Horquetta are not playing at their home ground, still in Arima, but do you think that you could pick one off of them today?
Yes, we believe that them playing outer yard will work in our favor and that we will get the successful result today.
Leonardo Da Costa, thank you very much.
No problem.
TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers, you'll be playing your game in hand, but you've slipped to second on the standings with that big win for Defence Force on Friday night. Is that a pressure situation for you guys?
Well, I wouldn't say that, because going into this game, I think that the instructions, the informations, and everything that the coach and the managers, everybody has given us, I think we will go into this game and come out successful. So I think that wouldn't be a strain on us.
You guys have made a few changes to the starting lineup today. Tell me a little bit about, you know, some of the players coming in and some of the players coming out.
Well, it isn't any big difficulties in the changes because we all have a group of good players, and the players actually coming out and going in is actually good players, same way, same performance, everything.
It's your first game away from home, so to speak. You know, you guys have dominated at the Phase 2 La Horquetta ground. You're still in Arima, but today at the Velodrome, you know, what can you expect? What do you expect out of the surface here today?
Well, going into this game, as the game starts, we should be able to feel how the feel is, and as we go along and get into the game, I think we should lift our games and play to our best ability.
Would you guys miss the home crowd and that atmosphere today?
I don't think so. We always go into the game thinking that we always need a 3 points, and the crowd comes seconds usually, so we going into this game will be, you know, the same performance that we always give.
Kaim Thomas of TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers, thank you very much.
No problem.
Rangers are out of their comfort zone, so to speak. They meet Central FC as the teams make their way onto the pitch. It's a thrilling contest. On paper, two teams with a lot of commonalities, a lot of family connections all over the pitch and on the sidelines. It's going to be an exciting match if anything is learned from that first match, Jassy.
Certainly, the earlier game we saw, and our observations were that the team that masters, and I can't stress enough, the team that masters this hard, firm surface here today. Fastest should come out on top. However, we thought that to be Real Westport United in the earlier matchup, and AC Port of Spain, with a blinding comeback in the second half, courtesy a double from Che Benny, were able to overturn the result in their favor. So we can't read too much into the surface except to say that it's going to be a challenging one, but I think that the quality on both sides of the half line today will certainly give us an encounter worthy of being called tonight's feature matchup.
Yeah, and regardless of how they settle in, expect a very quick start from these two teams. A very young Central team coming into their own. There we see Keyshawn St. Rose rejoining his players. Scored a hat-trick last weekend, a well-taken one. Almost a perfect hat-trick. Left foot, right foot header.
Tyrone Charles having a final say among his Terminix La Horquetta Rangers teammates. Of course, he's the vice captain in this lineup, captained by Jamal Creighton, the tall, rangy central midfielder who certainly is a box-to-box player and will certainly look to stamp his authority in this next encounter here from the Arima Velodrome. Central FC will be playing in white tops, black shorts, and the home team, for all intents and purposes, Terminix La Horquetta Rangers, will be donned in all red. Here we see the assistant referees making their final checks to ensure that the largest hole in the respective goals is formed by two uprights and a crossbar. And there we saw Kahim Thomas, who we spoke to earlier, stating that while this is not a home game for them, as they are accustomed playing at the Phase 2 ground in La Horquetta, it certainly bears resemblance, as the Arima Velodrome is just about 10 to 15 minutes away from that place that they call home. Leonardo da Costa, one of the da Costa twins in this Central FC lineup. And they will have the touch-off with Keyshawn St. Rose and Romario Burke. So here we are. Central FC already aiming to get onto the front foot. They've in themselves an early throw-in deep into Terminix La Horquetta Rangers territory. Doing the defending there was Emmanuel Thomas for Rangers. But taking charge of the throw-in is Javon Thomas. An early cross coming into the box, repelled by Central FC. Caleb Sturge making the clearance. Usually appears on the right side of the La Horquetta Rangers defense. Today he's slotted in at center back alongside an Arima man through and through. Jesus Perez actually hails from Valencia, but he donned the colors of Arima Comprehensive during his secondary school days. And he's also appeared as well for the Trinidad and Tobago senior men's national team, as well as various youth teams. This is Keegan Faria, a man with a wide range of passing, looking to get that going. He's aiming at Miguel Williams, who's not short of running, but even he can't keep that one in. And it's going to be a La Horquetta Rangers throw-in. The man on screen, Russ Russell Jr., the son of the head coach of the opposing team, Central FC, Russ Russell Sr., former Trinidad and Tobago goalkeeper. He also played extensively for the Defense Force and managed the Defense Force during one of their most successful periods in Trinidad and Tobago club football during the 2010s. They lifted the TT Pro League and many of the other cup competitions, and he's hoping to have a similar effect on Central FC here tonight. This is good attacking play. This is Romario Burke. He switches onto his right foot. The shot is blocked and it's out for a Central FC corner. So far, Central FC has been able to force La Horquetta Rangers back. And they'll have a corner kick here now, trying to exploit it to good effect. And certainly if they were to take the lead in this one, it would light a fire under the La Horquetta Rangers team. This is a long floated corner kick towards the back post, collected now by Leandro da Costa. It's well defended by Emmanuel Thomas, but it's going to be another corner kick to Central FC. The other da Costa twin steps up from his position at right back. Hoping to do better with this set piece, but instead he's relinquishing those duties to the man that served in the previous corner kick. That's Javon Thomas. He comes over now. It's going to be left-footed, an in-swinger. Another one aiming at the back post, and there's Finichi Thompson forcing Rangers to clear their lines again.
Yeah, it's important for Central to get a really good start in this match. They do know the threat posed by this La Horquetta Rangers team, playing in La Horquetta or not.
Rangers with their first throw-in, won by the captain, Creighton. Here's Creighton again, playing a ball into midfield to Tyrone Charles. He lets it run to Kaheem Thomas on the overlap. He likes to get forward as Ross Russell Jr. He gets it now. He's flashing this one across goal, and well defended there by Leandro da Costa. And St. Anne's La Horquetta Rangers, forgive me, have corner kick. This is Thomas serving it in. It's a good ball. Rising highest there was Tyrone Charles, unable to get the meat on it, and it's the subsequent follow-up shot is high and wide.
Yeah, lively early exchanges, of course, aided by the rhythm section that has shown up in time for this feature match of this doubleheader at the Arima Velodrome. Just after we're in the 6th minute. Central will have to remain focused for most of this match. These young players, there we see the 4-man band who sound like a full orchestra.
One of the more signature features of Trinidad and Tobago football, a rhythm section. Sometimes it's steel only. Sometimes you get those pulsating drums. Sometimes you get some horns.
All the time, there's vibes.
Rangers come forward now. Thomas looking for Charles, but it's cleared away. Good ball, and calling Fakur Katibi into action, and he's distributing this one. And Apologetics St. Rose didn't make the anticipated run.
The Nigerian goalkeeper has his work cut out for him this evening. If the scores are any evidence of how Rangers will approach this match.
Good ball looking out towards Kaheem Thomas, and Ross Russell Jr. didn't continue his overlap. It allows Leonardo da Costa to find Miguel Williams, and he's tripped up by the retreating Kaheem Thomas. Here are some instructions from Russ Russell Sr.
In his traditional suit, very professional approach to his job on the sidelines. Expects the best from his players as well.
Always well dressed, certainly always well prepared. And we'll see if he's done enough preparation with this Central FC team here to be able to perhaps spring an upset over the team looking to reclaim top spot in this, the Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. Last night the Defense Force went top of the table with a handsome 8-0 victory over Maruga FC. Will it be temporary occupancy, or will Central FC give us something to print tomorrow in the local newspapers that will reflect an upset?
Yeah, the Rangers defending their unbeaten record so far. They have a draw 5 wins in this tournament. Those 5 wins coming on the trot. The latest of them being a 5-2 victory over Westford. So falling 2-1 to AC Port of Spain in the town derby earlier this evening.
Jamal Francois will have something to say in this encounter. Of course, he represented Central FC previously, but he's a La Horquetta boy, and he's back to play with his home team after a stint abroad. Played in Central America, in El Salvador. Most recently, he was in Vietnam. But he's back home now. We see Creighton striding forward, but unable to get by the central defensive pairing for Central FC.
Neither team really looking daunted by these conditions. They've settled in really well. Central, of course, defending in numbers. They are aware of the attacking threat posed by their opponents this evening. It's going to be 90 minutes of deep focus for the Sharks.
See Caleb Sturge coming forward there, handing off to Francois. Francois is looking centrally towards Tyrone Charles. And you'll have to keep up with us because there are a number of names on either side of the divide today that actually match up. So there's a Jamal Francois for Rangers and a Ronaldo Francois for Central FC, who's on the ball now. There are 2 Thomases for Rangers, Emmanuel and Kahim. Kahim is on the ball now. And of course the 2 Da Costa brothers in Central FC colors. Not to mention the obvious Russell connection, Russ Russell Sr., head coach for Central FC, and the Russ Russell Jr., the bombing left back for La Horquetta Rangers.
Yeah, really modern version of a wing back. Sometimes strays from home, but he's always there when he's needed.
That's reflected in his goal count already this season. Multiple times he's been involved or the scorer himself for Rangers this season, and certainly by the looks of things, he wants to get forward today as well. This is Maurice Dick finding Thomas Kahim. So far, however, the Rangers flankers are not too keen to try to get around the outside. They've often checked their runs and try to play those balls over the top or through the channels, looking for Tyrone Charles.
Just like in the previous game, Charles will be looking to be the perfect target man in the frame of Prowell. Charles, of course, needs no introduction. He's well known in these quarters.
Rangers bring it from the back now. This is Emmanuel Thomas. Again looking to pick out Tyrone Charles, who gets a good touch, and he gets a return, and he smashes this one in for the opening goal here tonight at the Arima Velodrome. Tyrone Charles and Jamal Francois linking like a dream to put TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers 1 goal up in this feature match here at the Arima Velodrome.
Yeah, 14 minutes in and we already see the kind of effect that Charles would like to have in this game. They're taking the initial touch, receiving it back from midfielder, just supporting him. One time to the back of the net for a 1-0 lead after 14 minutes.
It's cliche, but the Central FC defenders will do well to be reminded to play to the whistle. A number of hands went up there appealing for offside, but Charles, an experienced hitman, was able to get himself back onside to receive Francois' flick on. And it's Francois again now looking outside towards Charles, but it's well defended by Javon Thomas.
And there's that concentration we've been speaking about, needed by the central team. Fell asleep there, allowing Tyrone Charles the opportunity. Well at ease on the right side of the box to smash home the opener in this match.
Just like that, Rangers are coming forward with more regularity now, and certainly with more intent. And they have a corner from this latest raid. Charles again had to be well and closely attended by Thompson, the rugged, certainly muscular Central FC defender.
Yeah, Central learning the lesson almost immediately, not giving Tyrone the type of space he would have wanted, especially with 5 other players in the box.
Kaim Thomas to deliver this corner kick. It can't be the first man, but it comes to that man, Ross Russell Jr., who always seems to be in the right place. They retain possession. This is Jesus Perez with a lovely driven ball back towards Kaim Thomas, and again he's not making the connection on those crosses, whether in the run of play or from the set pieces. But there's still enough time for him to make the necessary adjustments. Just about 16 minutes gone in this first half. La Horquetta Rangers 1, Central FC 0. Another ball looking for Kaim Thomas. He does well to retain possession and now just hands it off to Jamal Francois. He'll take his man all the way to the byline. Carefully watched by the assistant referee on the far side, and he's having a go at him again. Jamal Francois. And one more time. This is a clever chip looking towards Ross Russell Jr., who strayed from left back all the way over to that right side. And Jesus Perez now is just taking charge and asking his team to breathe, slowing the tempo. This is Sturge to Ross Russell Jr. He has Creighton in support. Creighton turns and can't find Kaim Thomas. Central FC come away with it. This is Romario Burke to Ronaldo Francois. Joko Upia now releases Francois once again. Unable to connect with his captain, St. Rose. Creighton to Isaiah Lee, who switched sides with Kaim Thomas, and again Ross Russell Jr. coming forward. He looks to get this one across the area, but Katibi was off his line with no real trouble to smother that cross and distribute accordingly. St. Rose has gotten behind the Rangers defense now and looking to link with Francois. Ronaldo, that is. Back to St. Rose. He'll try to have a pop, but he's hustled by Sturge. And in the end, Central FC will have a corner kick.
Yeah, and the Central really need to pay attention to Russ Russell and the way that he avoids being marked in this match by constantly patrolling the left side of the pitch. It's a great tactic for him.
He's a really intelligent mover as well. He knows when to tuck in, sometimes to join in the attack along that narrow, straight down the middle of the pitch. And he knows exactly how to use that space afforded as well by hugging the touchline or mashing the line as we urge our flankers to do locally. Here's Francois Ronaldo. This is a good ball to Romario Berg. He'll line up a shot, but not before Creighton can intervene, and Jabari Bryce will have some work to do. He's back in the starting lineup after some time out. Can Central FC test him? They can't. This is Kaim Thomas looking to send Jamal Francois on his way. Pair to Williams, to Berg. Berg to Pair. Cut out by Jesus Perez, but only as far as Ronaldo Francois, and his shot is screwed wide of the mark. So there may be a goal down, but Central FC certainly up for the challenge, it seems so far.
Yeah, a couple good looks early on for Central. Despite being down, they have kept their head. As we've seen previously, they don't get beaten till the final whistle. They take their time, maintain their structure. I'm sure they would have expected this storm, this early storm from the Terminix Rangers.
Lovely cross here, crossfield pass to Kaim Thomas, and once again there goes Russ Russell Jr. He'll clip this one up to the back post, but he overhit set and it runs out of play now for a throw into Central FC.
Yeah, there's Russell again doing what he does best. At some point it's going to cause Central a world of trouble, as it has so many other teams in this league. So far it hasn't paid off for him.
Here's Kaim Thomas with that drive from just about 20 yards out. Did well to keep it low, but he couldn't put it on target, and it's a goal kick for Central FC. It sends them on their way along this right side with Miguel Thomas. He's looking to switch sides. Gets it over Emmanuel Thomas. And out to Romario Berg. Joining the play now is Keegan Faria. He can hit them. In the end, he'll settle for a corner kick. Another one to Central FC. As the rhythm section now just subsides into a hypnotic pulse. I'm sure not for long. They'll strike up again soon. Central FC corner. Approaching 22 minutes played in this first half. It's going to be floated in again towards the back post, so that seems to be what they are aiming to do. This is St. Rose with an outside of the foot dink onto the head of Leonardo da Costa, but he's unable to direct his header on goal.
Central are just a goal down. They've shown great spirit to continue to press for an equalizer. They don't want this match to run away from them.
And Rangers now taking the opportunity to play at their own pace, having gotten the opening goal in this one, courtesy Tyrone Charles in just the 14th minute. Here's that man again, the goal scorer Tyrone Charles. Good hold-up play. Gets it back now from Ross Russell Jr. and spreads it to the feet of Creighton. Creighton is thinking about having a shot. He does, but it's blocked by Ronaldo Francois and now falls to Burke. Creighton will win those 99% of the times. This could be something really dangerous for La Horquetta Rangers if Central FC aren't careful. Diligent work defending very deep there by the attacking player Miguel Williams. He's certainly going to be instrumental to anything they are able to produce higher up the pitch. But in the meantime, it's Isaiah Lee coming inside to him. Kahim Thomas gets the reverse pass. Now Lee! And a crucial block there coming in. Leandro da Costa with Isaiah Lee. Remember, he has already had a beaver trick in this tournament.
It's all hands to the pump for Central FC. The Rangers attacking from every position on the pitch. Everybody is an attacker. Almost everyone is a defender when they don't have the ball.
Such is the modern game. This is a deflected shot from the boot of Maurice Dick and into the grateful hands of Fakur Khatibi. Central FC would do well to take a page out of the Rangers book and on possessions like that, slow the play, slow the tempo, and take their time to build their attacks instead of just handing over possession. We know that Rangers is a relentless unit. The more they have of the ball is the more likely they are to hurt Central FC. Isaiah Lee moves into space ahead of him and plays this one towards Jamal Francois, who is going for the early cross. It will come to Kahim Thomas, who will try to just tap it back into Charles. He wins the header. And this is Ross Russell Jr. again coming forward for La Horquetta Rangers.
Always seems to be out of frame, does Ross Russell Jr. And that's a good point about Central. They will have to pace themselves really to take some time. They don't want to run out of gas too early in this match. Can be detrimental for their hopes.
This is Caleb Sturge looking to pick out guess who? Ross Russell Jr. He goes all the way back to Jesus Perez, who we know can pick a pass. Instead, he goes for the more conservative option of Sturge, and Sturge is playing a good ball towards Jamal Francois. Khatibi had to be quick, he had to be sure. We saw Francois actually score a chip. He actually scored a really nifty chip last weekend. Looked to be lining one up again, if not for the intervention of Khatibi.
Yeah, and good eyes from Khatibi. His defenders again putting their hands up, appealing to the referee when they should really be focusing on the task at hand.
Ronaldo Francois brings Central FC away. Chukul Pay now. Keegan Faria with a booming ball, but straight into the grateful arms of Jabari Bryce, who lays it off for Jesus Perez, again urging his team to settle.
It's easy to get carried away with a rhythm section behaving like this in the background. It's proper mood music for a fast-paced game.
Don't lose yourself in the music, Jovan.
Central, of course, looking for that one chance to blow away the league leaders in waiting.
And right on cue, the Terminix rhythm section ups the tempo. Will that be reflected in the way that the 11 on the pitch responds? Approaching half an hour gone in this one. It's TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers with a 1-0 lead, courtesy Tyrone Charles in the 14th minute. If you're just joining us, this is the Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. Matchweek 7. Game day 2. Earlier we saw AC Port of Spain coming from a goal down against Real Westport United. That goal scored by Sean De Silva. That counts. Nutmeg on the player there, Emmanuel Thomas. Two cool pair. You mentioned Jovan is one to watch.
Yeah, exciting little player. He will need to get forward a bit more to help out his team, but it's a backs to the wall job right now.
Tyrone Charles again with a really intelligent layoff, and it could still fall for a Central a Rangers player, but this one just trickles behind for a goal kick. So as I was mentioning, AC Port of Spain in the earlier match coming from a goal down after Sean De Silva had given Real Westport United a first half lead. Che Benny was the man with a double that earned AC Port of Spain a 2-1 win in the battle for Port of Spain. Right now it's a battle in itself. Central FC trying to get back on terms against the La Horquetta Rangers unit. Relentless perhaps best describes the way that this La Horquetta Rangers team plays. The referee, see Russ Russell, senior rather, rushes to the edge of his technical area here to admonish the referee, who stopped the play for a foul with Central FC in possession and certainly on the front foot. So the advantage might have suited them better than actually holding up the play for a free kick at the halfway point.
Yeah, you could empathize with the Central coach there. Half hour in was a good opportunity for his team to counter. They've been under the cosh for a bit. The whistle allowed the Horquetta Rangers to recover. Better defend that, and here they come again.
Thompson will have some work to do. He does so with relative ease. And Katibi also eases his ball to Da Costa, who gives it away, and that is a gift if there ever was one. Jamal Francois puts TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers 2 goals to the good just on the stroke of half an hour in this, the Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, look away, Central fans. They look to be very relaxed, almost too relaxed in front of their own area. And like you said, the relentless La Horquetta Rangers stripped and then scored their second.
Leandro Da Costa, the guilty man there, just taking his eyes off the ball as it was laid into him by his brother Leonardo rather. And there to steal it away was the man on screen, Jamal Francois.
Thanks to the heavens, but you should really be thanking the defense of Central, who would have let their coach down. Several players on the bench also rising to their feet.
But they could get one back now. This is a good ball from St. Rose. And he's trying to lift it over the keeper. There was Romario Burke, and he only succeeds in lifting it over the keeper, Jabari Bryce, as well as the crossbar.
Golden opportunity for them. Right after conceding. Central just not able to capitalize. Those will be few and far between. They'll have to do better.
It's not a regular occurrence, but the Rangers defense certainly was caught out there by a beautiful ball clipped in by St. Rose and right onto the feet of Burke.
Yeah, we talk about lone strikers. Keishon St. Rose has battled and labored at the front of this Sharks attack. Tenacious captain there.
So Rangers again still searching. A 2-0 lead on half an hour gone. But certainly they'll be asking themselves to continue laying siege on this Central FC team. It seems as though as the ball is played up by Central, it comes right back. And here they are now on the offensive. This is Joko Pair. Skips past Dick and he's playing a ball on the inside of Russ Russell Jr., who just ushers this one out expertly for a Rangers goal kick. So it is a home game for Rangers, not at their usual fortress, phase 2 La Horquetta, but they've certainly been very comfortable. As we see Francois doing his best to keep it in. As we see healthy discussion on the Rangers substitutes bench. Head coach Dave Kwamina not at all perturbed as that shot from Creighton lacked the venom necessary to make this a 3-0 lead. But Rangers intent on just keeping the ball in their attacking third. They do not hesitate to get the ball forward at all. But they'll have to do some defending here. This is Burke. And he has Emmanuel Thomas for company, but Burke gets it now out wide to Miguel Williams. He's opposed by Russ Russell Jr. and forced into an errant pass. Just like that, Rangers are once more in possession. This is Creighton out wide to Isaiah Lee. Doesn't have too many options ahead. So he goes wider to Emmanuel Thomas, joining the attack. Coming on his left foot and chips this one towards Kaheem Thomas. He resets to Russ Russell Jr., unable to make the pass count. Central FC now, as St. Rose goes tumbling, but no foul there. Once again, Rangers looking to keep Central on the back foot. It's Charles now. Once he picks up ahead of Steve in these sorts of positions, he can be dangerous, and he squirms one past Katibi, and right there to follow up is Jamal Francois, who gets it. Did it cross the line before Francois was able to smash it in?
Charles is celebrating, as is the rest of the team, but it's a toss-up. Who has goal number 3? Let's see it again. Katibi doing really well to recover from the mistake.
It seemed to get a deflection on its way through to Katibi, which threw him off. Yes, it does. Squirms under him. I think it had already crossed the line before Francois got there. And the man on screen celebrates. Tyrone Charles has a double. Terminix La Horquetta Rangers have 3. And that's the way things stand here at the Arima Velodrome. Terminix La Horquetta Rangers 3. Central FC 0. This could get ugly.
Yeah, really tough match in prospect already for Central before they came in, and it's gotten that much harder well before halftime.
There's Kaheem Thomas. They're searching for a 4th. He's hacked down. The referee says no go. Joko Pair brings Central FC forward. Checks inside now. He has Burke ahead of him. Gets it now. Shifts it inside past his man, but he and St. Rose were on different pages of the same text. Once again, Rangers come forward. This is Isaiah Lee now to Maurice Dick. Creighton will move forward into space. Gets it to the wide man, Kaheem Thomas. Dances to the beat of the rhythm section and floats one in onto the head of Phineas Thompson. Rangers just keeping possession, probing, searching, asking Leonardo da Costa to deal with that one. He nods it out for a throw-in to Terminix La Horquetta Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers taking up residence in the central half now. Just one defender back. They are well and truly in control of this match as we approach the 40th minute.
Russell Jr. is on it, and that also counts. Nutmeg to Kaheem Thomas, and it's charged down, but illegally so, a handball. It's going to be another free kick from a really threatening position for Terminix La Horquetta Rangers. Keelan Bacchus is the man in charge. His assistant referees are Caleb Wales and Odell Brewster. And the man on fourth official duties this evening, Ruthven Harris. Jesus Perez, one of a number of exciting left-footed players coming through in this tournament. Can he deliver something that will get the excitement of the Rangers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, 6 of them in red shirts? He can't, and Central FC clears. But it's going to come right back. Russell Jr. Here goes St. Rose. We just can't get it together in that final third. The approach play certainly has left a lot to be desired. Whereas on the other end, Rangers have been decisive and they have been clinical, and they could have a fourth here. Kaheem Thomas, good save by Katibi this time. Keeping it out, keeping it, the scoreline that is, manageable.
A good save from Katibi at very close range. There were options around, but he did his best to keep the score somewhat respectable.
This is Kaheem Thomas to Russell Jr. Creighton gets it wider to Lee. This is Caleb Sturge rather. Switches it all the way back around to the left side. Creighton is playing this one over the top to Thomas. And Leonardo da Costa sticks to his task. So, as if 3 goals weren't enough, La Horquetta Rangers are readying 2 of the deadliest players in this year's competition. Kadeem Corbin with the white Nikes, and Real Gill, recently called up to Angus Eves' Trinidad and Tobago under-20 team. This is Sturge. He will think about having a go. Does so now, it's blocked, but Central FC still have some defending to do. They do so. But it's coming right back at them every single time. This is Emmanuel Thomas to Russell Jr. Steps inside his man, Miguel Williams. Tries to reverse it to Kaheem Thomas, who didn't continue his run. Central FC are let off. 3 minutes of normal time left in this first half from the Arima Velodrome. It's TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers 3. Central FC 0. And it could be even more misery for Central FC had Jamal Creighton been able to finish that opportunity. He doesn't do so. The scores remain 3-0 in favor of TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers. So TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers playing away from home, but still in their hometown of Arima, and they certainly do look at home. As we look now at some of the Real Westfort and AC Port of Spain players and supporters and officials. Certainly some of them are trying to work out how do they dismantle this La Horquetta Rangers team. Unbeaten so far. Before today, 5 wins and a draw, which leaves them second on the standings behind the Defence Force. But of course the Defence Force played last evening and were able to crush Maruga FC. Speaking of crush, that's exactly what TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers will need to do in order to regain top spot in the Ascension football tournament. They've been temporarily dislodged by the Defence Force, courtesy that 8-0 victory last evening, and they'd want to regain that position as seamlessly as possible. So far so good. They lead 3-0. A double, first half double scored by Tyrone Charles, and the other courtesy Jamal Francois. Could have had at least 3 more decent chances for Kahim Thomas, Jamal Creighton, and Isaiah Lee have gone a-begging. 1 minute of additional time will be tacked on to this first 45. But halftime certainly can't come soon enough for the players of Central FC, trailing 3-0. But here they come. Just about 30 seconds left to launch one last attack, but they failed to do so. Keegan Faria, the man giving away possession, and they'll have to defend rather than attack. In fact, here they come now. This is Romario Burke joining the attack. Ronaldo Francois. He might want to line up a shot, but he's running into some problems. It runs to Joko Penal. And that is offside, actually. Joko Pe had strayed. But certainly that was the last action of this first half here from the Arima Velodrome between TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers and Central FC. It is TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers leading 3-0 courtesy a first half double scored by Tyrone Charles in the 14th and 30th minutes, sandwiching a Jamal Francois item in the 22nd to end this first half here from the Arima Velodrome. Highlights of those chances and all of the goals are coming up. So La Horquetta Rangers, rather, they started on the front foot. This was Russ Russell Jr. flashing across towards the 6-yard area of Katibi Fakour, asking the Central FC defense to clear. Fakour was commanding of his area in the early exchanges, but then came this. Jamal Francois and Tyrone Charles, a deadly duo. Francois flicking this one to Charles, and he didn't need 2 touches, just one, blasting it past Katibi to make it 1-0 in the 14th minute to La Horquetta Rangers. Russ Russell Jr. continued to come forward and asked Katibi to smother that one, and here was Russ Russell Jr. again, but this stood up cross was too much. Kaheem Thomas had a few opportunities himself, reversing that one to Isaiah Lee, but the shot was blocked, and Kaheem Thomas again dinking one across goal. There was a bit of uncertainty before it eventually rolled wide of the mark. Here's how Jesus Perez received the only caution of the first period, and then came goal number 2, a gift to Jamal Francois. He was right on spot and clinical in putting it away after the defenders really botched that attempt to clear their lines. And then Charles again squeezing this one in via deflection, but it will be marked against his name. Tyrone Charles completing his double with this one in the 30th minute. And that leaves Central FC trailing Terminix La Horquetta Rangers 3-0 after the first half in this Ascension tournament fixture here at the Arima Velodrome. We have a pitch side interview for you here now. Richard Ferguson, the managing director of the Ascension tournament, joins Jovan Ravello.
It was very strange for us because, we are accustomed playing in La Horquetta. The ground here was a bit drier, but it was faster. It's also a little bit bigger than what we are accustomed to in La Horquetta. We were a little bit under par. I thought we missed a few goals in the first half, but we hope to make it up in the second half.
Now, you spoke about the La Horquetta venue. Can you tell me what was the vision behind establishing that venue in La Horquetta?
Well, exactly what's going on right now. As you can see right now, there's a scarcity of good venues in the country, right? If you look around, you really just have the Diego Martin venue, and right now they're using it to play cricket, right? Even here at the Velodrome, we have challenges in terms of, we have to rent scaffolding. There are only 2 dressing rooms. And the field isn't at its best right now. It's a bit dry, and the grass is practically seeing better days.
And what about your vision for the league? What was the vision coming into forming the Central?
Well, the key was that we're trying to revive football to how it was before. If you could remember, you might be a bit young, Jovan, but in PSA, the whole ground would be filled out, Amateur football in Trinidad was very, very, very popular, and it had thousands and thousands of people would turn out to the football. Unfortunately, the Pro League has seen its demise, and the crowds has left the Pro League, and it is not a popular league right now. So the Ascension League is trying to bring or trying to revive the popularity in football, and I would like to think we are certainly making headways. The first incarnation of the Ascension League, we had some crowd. This year we had a much bumper crowd. It has almost doubled to what it was before. And the key is to make the fans happy, to enjoy the game, and we combine various forms of entertainment: football, dancing, cheerleaders, music, the rhythm section. And of course, the key in it too is the media. You all are doing a great job. I have to commend Peter Lewis, guys like yourself, who is bringing the football to the wider public in Trinidad and Tobago. The Trinidad public has never seen football like this.
How do you feel about the reception from the community? Have you heard from any of the fans?
It's magnificent. It's excellent. I walked through the mall on Trinity Mall on Thursday, and the amount of calls and people who, were making comments to me, it was amazing. So it has really been fantastic. It has been embraced by the communities. And the league is also very competitive. It's exciting. And it's bringing drama. As you can see right now, Rangers, Defence Force, Army, they're very close. And, they're battling, for leadership in the league, which is great.
We know who your horse is in the race. How do you feel about the journey to the title?
Well, it's far from over. The defense force has an excellent team. They are very well coached by Hudson Charles. The police too, excellent team. You know, Richard is a fantastic coach. You know, I think he's probably one of the best in the country. And it's fantastic. It's really going well.
And what about your long-term vision for the Ascension tournament?
Well, I say the key here is that obviously we want to do it annually in Trinidad. But of course we want to take it to Grenada, Barbados, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, other islands, possibly Jamaica, you know, to take it more island-wide.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Mr. Ferguson.
Okay, it's a pleasure speaking to you. And keep up your good work. You're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
So we just heard from Richard Ferguson, who is the team sponsor of the TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers team, and of course the managing director of the Ascension Football Tournament of Trinidad and Tobago, a man with great vision for the sport of football, and certainly it's coming to fruition here in this form of the competition for 2022. We'll take a short break, and when we return, it's second half action between TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers leading Central FC 3-0 live from the Arima Velodrome.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear TERMINIX.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for the carnival, if you'll interview him, eh?
But how could you defend one shot, one kill?
What? You want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call TERMINIX at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
What is television? It seems like a simple question, but television means different things to different people. We in the Caribbean are very unique people. That's why we need unique television. Welcome to M&E TV, where we showcase our lives in the Caribbean. M&E TV is about us, the special way we talk, the way we walk, dance, move. M&E TV is about me. It's about you. M&E TV is about our amazing Caribbean experience.
It's here at a newsstand near you. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win $1,000 instantly when you purchase the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. It's quick and easy for your chance to win. A unique number will be printed at the back of each Guardian newspaper daily. Purchase your Guardian newspaper, then join JW for the daily Guardian Lucky Number Draw, the winning number on just before the nightly news on CNC3. If the number drawn matches the unique number at the back of your Guardian newspaper, then $1,000 is yours. Just bring the winning Guardian newspaper and a picture ID to Guardian Media Limited. You have until 3 p.m. the following workday to claim your prize. It's the Guardian Lucky Number Draw. Your daily chance to win. NLCB approved.
Are you at home feeling isolated? Don't worry, we will bring the world to you. The nation's first and leading newspaper, the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, is extending a special home delivery for 30 days for just $99. Yes, for just $99, you can get the TNT Guardian newspaper, the fastest growing and most read newspaper, most credible and highest reader value, and voted tops for best publication by more readers than any other newspaper, delivered to your home. It's easy to subscribe to our home delivery. Simply call us now at 225-4465, extension 4274, and speak to one of our customer service representatives, and we will bring the world to you.
We are the fourth estate. We educate, we inform, and we hold those in authority, politicians, business leaders, and others, to account.
Connecting the public to the truth drives our purpose here at CNC3. When we stand behind a desk every single night, a lot of people don't know that we're a huge part of the news process. We eat, breathe, and sleep news. And that reflects in everything that we do as a news team.
Every day we tell the stories of people's journey through life. Stories of their success, stories of their sadness, stories of their grief, stories of their glory. We're the mirror in which society looks at itself.
When a storm is coming, everyone always thinks worst case scenario, and sometimes it may just be a brief shower or two. It's not always going to be a green veil level event. So it's important to have the most credible and accurate information coming from a verified source.
Welcome, you're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs, with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
Can have action in this, the Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. Match week number 7 in this fixture between TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers, already on the field and ready to go. They hold a 3-0 lead over Central FC. First half goals scored by Tyrone Charles in the 14th and 30th, and Jamal Francois in the 22nd, have given Rangers the lead in this match and sent them well on their way to the lead, or regaining the lead in this tournament, which the Defence Force assumed last evening via an 8-0 hammering of Moruga FC.
Yeah, a long way back for Central in this match. They have a cautionary tale in the rearview mirror. Last evening's Defence Force Moruga match would be an example of how they don't want to finish. It's a really tough tournament so far for the Moruga team.
Certainly, Rangers have not shown any indication of taking their feet off the gas. 3 substitutions being made at halftime. Kadeem Corbin enters. Jamal Francois is out. Also coming in is Real Gill, the exciting winger for Kaheem Thomas. And Junior Asun, the former Shiva Boys standout, replaces Emmanuel Thomas. As we get ready to kick off the second half here from the Arima Velodrome, TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers leading Central FC 3-0. That man in your picture on the touch, Tyrone Charles, already with a double, and aiming, by the looks of things, to increase his tally for the season, and certainly his tally in today's fixture.
Yeah, with teams taking advantage of the weaker teams in the league, especially the top 3. Goal difference will factor later on in this tournament, unless there is a clear leader, which it doesn't look like having just yet.
It seems as though Rangers have gone to a back three. Caleb Sturge to a more accustomed position. He will play on the right of that back three, with Jesus Perez anchoring it, and to the left it looks to be Russ Russell Jr. Good skill there by Javon Thomas to evade his man and send Central on their way. This is Romario Burke now. He has Kishon St. Rose, the talisman, for support. He does well to get past his man as well, and is still going, and he now earns a free kick in a really good position for Central FC.
Yeah, good work from St. Rose up against it. Doing well to get that free kick for his team. We'll get some treatment.
Seems as though he's dislocated his shoulder by the looks of things. As his teammate Romario Burke signaled to the bench and motion towards his own shoulder, and we see St. Rose now being treated. He'll leave the field, of course, until that problem is rectified, or at least the pain is relieved. But in the meantime, Central FC will have a free kick just about 20 yards out from goal. Mario Burke is there, and so too is Keegan Farrier. He can certainly strike them. He strikes them very cleanly, the number 6 for Central FC. You leave this one to Burke, and it's a good looking effort. Jabari Bryce had to be certain. In the end, that one just brushes the outside of the side netting to no harm to La Horquetta Rangers.
Yeah, got a turn from Burke, looking to add to his 3 goals already in this tournament. Neat player, good technique on that free kick. Hoping to help the Central cause.
Here's Gill. Gives it back to Sturge. They call him Chiney on the training pitch. Here's Gill looking for his first taste of action. Tries to steal it away from Central FC as the rhythm section strikes up once more. Able to make anything more of it, but Central FC, they have a free kick here now.
Yeah, and keep your eyes on Gill, as we've been told by even the members of the crew working this broadcast. An all-action player.
Certainly done well to enhance his prospects of national team call-up. And already he's been called to the TNT Under-20 team, headed by Angus Eve. And as long as he's there, Eve, who is also the head coach of the senior men's team, certainly would be able to discern whether he deserves some play amongst the big boys.
Yeah, Gill more than capable of bambaing in this tournament, showing his quality. Different points. You will back him to graduate to the upper reaches of the national program.
St. Rose on his left foot. That shot is not going to trouble Bryce, although the St. Anne's Rangers, the La Horquetta Rangers goalkeeper, did lose his spot in this team earlier in the season for conceding less than complimentary goals against Maruga FC when they crushed them 11-2. He lost his place there and then, substituted at halftime.
Yeah, and it's a time-treasured technique of inspiring players to play their best. The bench is an unforgiving place, especially when you're on national TV, regional television as well, streaming on YouTube.
But that's no water off the backs of those players who actually thrive from being on the bench. Just recently we saw Real Madrid and Manchester City involved in a really high stakes match, and off the bench came Rodrigo.
Yeah, very impactful substitution there from Don Carlo.
Speaking of substitutes, this is one of them for Rangers today, Kadeem Corbin. He never stops running, and with 3 goals already on the board, certainly he'll want to get one himself. This is Creighton, resets it to Ross Russell Jr. Junior Asun will try to pick out one of the several Rangers shoots in the penalty area. Central FC come forward now. This is Burke to pair. Javon Thomas with a smart touch. Plays it inside. Here's Pair once again with a good ball towards St. Rose. He threw. Sized up by Perez. And that's a handball called by the referee. Keelan Backus points to the spot as Keishon St. Rose, as he's been known to do, make something happen for Central FC.
Yeah, something from nothing there. Keishon St. Rose was a good outlet pass to him. Looked to be closed down. And all of a sudden, Central FC with an opportunity to cut this La Horquetta Rangers lead. Perez bemused by the referee's decision.
Shot away to the bench. Perhaps to bury his head in the sand. He's already been cautioned. But that was not a cautionable offense according to the referee. And here is Romario Burke from the penalty spot, and he blasts this one onto the cycling track. What a miss. Certainly some reprieve for Jesus Perez, who didn't feel as though he had handled the ball in the first place. But Central FC really letting a good opportunity slip there as Romario Burke failed to beat Jabari Bryce from 12 yards out.
Yeah, no excuse from missing there. Burke. There's nowhere for him to hide. He's back on the ball.
Rose with Pair overlapping. This is looking promising. He has Corbin for company and tries to be cheeky with it. But there's Maurice Dick to pick it up and send Rangers on their way again. This is Real Gill. Steps inside his man, Faria. Sprays a ball looking for Junior Asun, but it's cut out by Leonardo da Costa. And Gill finds himself all the way up the other side of the field to steal possession once more. Here he is. He'll take it to the corner flag. There's no hurry. He tries to walk around his man, Miguel Williams, but this will be a Central FC goal kick. I take my mind back to that penalty opportunity missed by Romario Burke and Central FC a short while ago, and it seemed as though Keishon St. Rose, the man who had won the penalty, was motioning for the ball to be given to him. In the end, Burke wanted the responsibility, and from that replay, certainly didn't deserve it.
Yeah, St. Rose, as captain, would have had the opportunity to throw his weight around. There we see Burke still shaking his head, ruining what could have been. He looked to make amends.
If this scoreline is stretched even further in favor of La Horquetta Rangers, it's going to be a long bus ride home for young Romario Burke this evening.
He he may not want this match to end.
I'm sure if he has his chance, we'll play until tomorrow, just so he can have a chance to redeem himself. But for now, though, 90 minutes is 90 minutes, and we only have 35 of them left.
That's great math there, Jassy.
Why, thank you. Here's St. Rose on the ball again. Plays it out to Burke, and Burke to Cole. This is good play by Central FC coming along that left side. Remember, Rangers have reverted to a back three, so there is some space along the outsides, which Central FC have certainly seemed willing to explore so far in this second half.
And it's working for them so far. They haven't had the goal that their efforts, or they would expect from their efforts. They did have a golden chance, of course, from the spot. But they certainly look up for the second half that their coach would expect from them.
If we were to use that same Real Madrid-Manchester City match as a case study, there is a lot of time in this match. Real Madrid turned it around at the very end, actually, with the first of their 3 goals on the night coming in the 90th minute. So Central FC still do have a chance to buy themselves some reprieve by the comfort shown between Sturge and Isaiah Lee there. It's going to be a tough task.
Yeah, especially with Rangers. I think that one counted as well.
It did.
The Rangers so relaxed. It's going to be a long road to anywhere close to the points on offer this evening for Central FC.
Even the clearances are turning into passes as Caleb Sturge picks out Corbin. He'll come inside, but not if Leandro Da Costa has anything to say. But Corbin gets it back now, and he plays it off to Tyrone Charles, who was trying to return it to Corbin. In the end, the other number 9, Leandro Da Costa, stretches and pokes it into his own net past Katini. And if things do look up from here for Central FC, I'd certainly be happy for them, but from the looks of it, this is not going to be a good night for them.
Yeah, when it rains it pours there. The Costa brother with a telling touch. His keeper looked to have it covered. May not have heard them. May not have heard the instruction due to the volume of this rhythm section here.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, and you're seated right next to me, Duka. So I could imagine what these players might be going through. Still, no excuse for what just transpired. I think had they closed down Tyrone Charles a bit quicker, they might have avoided that really embarrassing turn of events.
Yeah, and Central have played really well. They're just undone by these lapses in concentration. That one particularly egregious. Has them down 4-0 with just about an hour played.
Faria with a punt of sorts. Punt more so than a shot.
Yeah, frustration looking to settle into these Central players. They aren't doing too badly, but that scoreline will make even the most composed player frustrated.
Key thing to note is that Rangers have not made a defensive substitution, although they came into this half leading 3-0. They have not made a defensive substitution, and they continue to attack.
Yeah, a true signal of intent there from the coaching staff. It's really tough being down 3-0 and seeing the likes of Real Kill running on the pitch.
Tyrone Charles there trying to wrap his boot around that one, I would imagine. Didn't come off that time, but no harm, no foul. It's a 4-0 lead. And 30 minutes left to play. You certainly feel as though he could sort things out, and sorting things out on that occasion was Jamal Creighton, as Ronaldo Francois made a surging run. He had the Rangers defense backpedaling, and in the end they avoid any blemish on their clean sheet, as we see Central FC making 2 substitutions now. Coming in rather is Teron Luke. He'll slot in at right back, it seems, replacing Javon Thomas. Or rather, Miguel Williams is the player substituted. Also coming in, Jashawn Thomas, so another Thomas, adding to confusing situation that already abounds. That substitution is being held up just for the moment, and he's replacing the captain, Kishon St. Rose, and he's not too pleased to be withdrawn at all, as we see him coming around the touchline, slapping his thighs. Feels as though he still has a part to play. But not so, says Ross Russell Sr., as he's made up his mind with 2 substitutions in the 63rd minute for Central FC, trying to shake things up a bit.
Yeah, really tough night for the captain, St. Rose. He had a dream week last weekend. Player of the week stuff from him, a hat-trick. But here come Central Rangers, apologies. Katibi keeping them out on that occasion. Isaiah Lee unable to beat the Central FC goalie. Would have been happy to get his glove on one. It's the corner. Well held by Katibi and then dropped. But the referee has blown. Captain Crichton just clutching his mouth. Seems to have come into contact with a Central defender. Central already on their way up the pitch. It's Pierre. Looking for Francois that time.
So while Central FC have had their moments, it's really, so to speak, a walk in the velodrome for Central FC. Not been too bothered. This Rangers unit, that man in picture, Jabari Bryce, barely even breaking a sweat so far. But the clean sheet is what they'll be aiming to preserve in what's left of this one.
Yeah, at this point, that's the most important thing. They seem to already have all 3 wrapped up as their fans continue to stream into the venue.
This is Gill, always a willing runner. He gets the pass now and tries to flash one in. Coming onto the loose ball is Isaiah Lee! And I think he rushed himself there. Didn't set himself too well after picking the pocket of the Central defender, but unable to make any further indentation in this scoreline. Good skill there, Joe Colpair. Go on, son. This is Javon Thomas finding Ronaldo Francois. He'll pick out Leonardo da Costa. No, he won't. So still willing to come forward and explore and express themselves, Central FC. Which is good to see. I mean, heads aren't down. They continue to try to find ways to at least pull something back that would make them smile, even if just a little. But they are on the back foot now. This is Junior Asun. Frees himself of his man and whips in a ball looking towards Gill. And this first touch just took it away from goal. Here comes Central FC through Javon Thomas. Plays it ahead to the substitute. And that's a shot. A good save by Bryce. Solid hands. Jesus Perez just casual there in possession. And Central FC can still make something out of this attack. Perez makes amends. Just shrugging. That man, Jashawn Thomas. He was through on goal. He was sure to score. I thought he would have. In the end, he didn't.
Yeah, really positive still from Central. The coach has spoken about the age of his team. And this tournament so far has been a series of lessons for them. Today's lesson seems to be determination.
Just moments before that chance for Jashawn Thomas, Real Gill could have and really should have, with a better touch, put Rangers 5 goals to the good. Instead, it remains 4-0, heading up to 68 minutes gone. They still are able to find a lot of width, which is good. And again, as mentioned previously, they've gone to a back three, Rangers. We don't see Ross Russell Jr. getting forward as much as he did in the first half. Just tucking in a little bit tighter onto the left shoulder of the man on the ball now, Jesus Perez. And so too is the man on the right side of that back three, Caleb Sturge, tucking in just to keep things tight at the back. Offering some space along the flanks for Central FC, but so far they've been unable to exploit. This is Gill. Good skill from Gill. Gets in across. Comes all the way to Tyrone Charles, who's laying it off for Crichton. He seemed to receive a shout from Corbett to let it run. And in the end, neither of them get a touch that would threaten Katibi's goal. This is Jashawn Thomas waiting for support. Ronaldo Francois on his favorite left foot, charged down. Corbin now to Gill. Tyrone Charles is arriving. He's all alone at the far stick. If Gill could only get it to him, he can't. And this is Faria now to calm things somewhat for Central FC. He gets it to the other substitute. It's Teron Luke.
Yeah, Gill could be forgiven for taking certain chances in the box. His team are very comfortable, in cruise control almost.
This is Javon Thomas. He's had a good game. In fact, he's been one of the more assured players for Central FC all season, along with this man on the ball now, Keelan Faria, who sort of just dictated things from a deep lying midfield position. Not able to really affect any meaningful attacking play today, but he's certainly always been present when they needed him at the back. This is Francois, rushed into a
pass that runs out of play for La Horquetta Rangers throw-in. This is Sturge. Creighton. Sturge again. He'll go forward. Gives it away. This is Thompson for Central FC looking ahead. Gets it onto the feet of Joshua Thomas. He can't bring it under his spell, and so once again here come Rangers. Corbin to Tyrone. Tyrone looking to lift this one towards the back post. He didn't really look to see what was available. And perhaps had he done so, he'd have realized that he could have taken that to goal himself. Good skill there from Joko Pierre. Gets the better of Sturge. We'll meet again. Pierre inside on his right foot. Sturge with a key block, and he's hunched over now. He's been asked to go up and back and forth. That counts. Junior Asun. There's a spill. This is Gill now. He has one for company. That's Thompson. Da Costa rather. He turns him inside out and bangs it in for goal number 5 to Terminix La Horquetta Rangers. Real Gill joining the action, joining the goals, and certainly joining the ranks of some of the standout players of this Ascension tournament 2022.
Yeah, Gill finally getting what he has been looking for since coming on in this second half. There we see him sizing up his man, twisting, turning, and then roofing it. Beautiful finish. 5-0, La Horquetta Rangers.
That goal scored in the 72nd minute by Real Gill. Number 29, certainly he has made a name and an impression all tournament long. He came off the bench today, but you wouldn't think it, as he's certainly been able to continue his run of form. In the meantime, Central FC make another substitution. The stand-in captain, Ronaldo Francois, he comes out. Coming in is Jerick Williams. Also entering the fray, Angelo Williams. And he replaces Keegan Faria.
Central ringing the changes, really looking to at least get something out of it or rest key players from their lineup. Joko Pierre has been full of running to no avail, but here comes Gill again.
Should have done better, should have had 2. Failing to put that one out of the reach of the advancing Fakur Katibi. 75th minute of play now, and it does go in this time. So Gill couldn't score it himself, but he provides the assist to Isaiah Lee for that goal in the 75th minute, which makes it, I'm afraid to say, Jovan, in the words of our colleague, don't know what to say.
Yeah, really a simple corner sequence straight off the training ground. Isaiah Lee finally getting his goal. It's a great delivery by Gill. Perfect height for the half volley into the corner of Katibi's net. Central FC are getting a hiding in this match. Rangers don't look like relenting. You see Charles still encouraging his teammates to keep going. As they almost begin to walk the football up the park. It's a bit too easy, and this one is just over bar.
Scrapes a coat of paint off the crossbar. Isaiah Lee looking for his second. So 3 goals in the first half, 3 so far in the second. 15 minutes or thereabouts left to play, and Rangers still on the attack. Crichton and Asun, they almost get in each other's way before the intervention there of Katibi. Crichton commits the infringement that lets Central FC off the hook.
Yeah, they're lining up. Probably bets on who can score. It's a collector's item at this point.
Remember, one of them can still go home with the match ball. Tyrone Charles, he's on a double. Meantime, another substitution here for Central FC. Thompson leaves the field of play, and in comes Stefan Punet. Immediately called into action there, Punet, to deal with the tricky Real Gil. Stands up to the challenge, makes the challenge, and it's Rangers throw in. Gil to Maurice Dick, back to Gil now. The aim towards the fast stick, where Asun is arriving, he lays it off to Charles. He's on a double, looking for a third. Not just yet. Tyrone Charles takes on 2, takes on 3, and still tries to cut it back towards Lee, but unable to find his man. That Central FC let off again, but they still have it, Rangers. Russ Russell Jr. Into the side netting. This, as mentioned in the first half, is unrelenting in the truest sense of the word, and they have it again now as Gil tries to go around Punet. Look to be dragged to the ground. Really casual work there by Punet. Concedes possession. This is Corbin to Asun. Asun will have a shot. It's over bar.
Yeah, and still, even in the 79th minute, Rangers are putting the Central team to the sword, causing butterflies late into this match. Still looking for that advantage.
They're coming again. This is Gil playing this one across goal, and here comes Tyrone Charles, and Crichton is there to mop up. That's 7, ladies and gentlemen, to Terminix La Horquetta Rangers. 80th minute. Goal scored by that man on screen, the captain, La Horquetta boy himself, Jamal Crichton.
Yeah, and we spoke about them strolling early on. This was definitely a stroll straight to the goal line. Captain putting his name on the scorers list.
Look at it again, a really enticing ball played there by Gil. Charles couldn't get a decisive touch. I would imagine he was trying to get that off as a shot. In the end, though, he has an assist to go along with his 2 first half goals. Still in line for the hat-trick, and I'm guessing that's why he's still on the field, with them holding a 7-0 advantage. They give it away now again, Central FC. This is Asun looking to Charles. I think he's queuing himself up, Jovan.
Yeah,
he wants a third. He wants the match ball today.
Yeah, and from a Central perspective, it's really difficult when a team plays like this and continues playing like this. I've been in a couple of these, playing for lesser opposition in small tournaments. It's very tough.
Certainly is. The key is a motivational manager and fellow supporting staff. Ross Russell Sr. has to keep their heads up. This is Isaiah Lee now again. Good save by Kativi, and Punet just does enough to get it away from goal.
Yeah, and the central coach has done a good job of keeping his players motivated throughout this tournament. Even in this match, they continue to try to do the things that will get them on the score sheet. Even if they are a bit casual in some areas, continue to string passes together, keeping the ball on the ground. For the most part, still good energy there from players like that number 8, Joe Cole-Pierre.
There's one of their substitutes now. Teron Luke with a flash at goal, just to ensure that Jabari Bryce was minding his business and not drinking water. Easy save in the end for the Rangers shot stopper.
Yeah, catching practice really, and he'll be happy to be involved at this point. 82nd minute, hasn't had much to do, not even from 12 yards.
Clean sheet still intact. Clean sheet bonus still in play.
Come on now.
Again, one of those central players that really has impressed. Jovan Thomas coming forward, lays it off to Burke. Certainly was able to offer a better showing of himself from 25 yards out than he did from 12. He had Bryce scampering across his line, but in the end he didn't even have to make a save. So still encouraging signs being shown here by Central FC, at least coming forward. They might want to go back to the drawing board as far as their defensive structure goes. Any team that concedes 8 or 7 rather will certainly have to rethink and reassess the way they do things from a defensive perspective. But then again, it isn't easy coming up against a team like this La Horquetta Rangers team, full of attacking talent. And as mentioned, they have not had to make a defensive substitution yet. In fact, the only adjustment they've made to their defense is to lessen the numbers from 4 across the back to 3.
Yeah, and on the topic of defense, Central haven't kept a clean sheet this tournament. This, of course, is their worst defeat in the tournament.
In the making, Jovan. Still time left. So here we go. Still in the thick of things, still in the hunt is Tyrone Charles. Can't pick out Ross Russell Jr. He seems to be a little bit leggy there, Charles. But that hat-trick will be on his mind. In the meantime, this is Burke with another opportunity from the top of the area, and the man expressing his disgust there was the Costa twin responsible for the own goal, Leandro Da Costa. Certainly wanted a return pass to be played. Burke, though, perhaps with redemption on his mind, went for goal. Really, he hasn't shown or demonstrated any indication that justified that attempt. But here he is again, handing off to Leandro now. Good approach play. Central getting numbers up. This is one of their substitutes, but he can't bring it under his touch. Jerick Williams was arriving there and forcing Maurice Dick into the clearance. Just a short while ago, Dick was actually laid out. And this is Burt again with yet another chance from distance. I can't say that he's getting any closer, but certainly it is encouraging from a coaching perspective to see that he's still willing to give it a go, even though his shots have not been up to Ascension tournament standard.
And he has shown he has the ability to find the net, so he will be backing himself, and it's good to see him continue to back himself even after the kind of match he's had today.
Ooh, this is a tough tackle coming in there from Leandro Da Costa on Jabari Bryce. I'd say that he had every right to go for it, as the Rangers defense seemed to freeze, and it's Bryce actually coming in late. Da Costa was able to get a foot in, and they'll have their second penalty kick of the match.
Different kicker this time, it looks like.
So a yellow card shown to Jabari Bryce, and he'll also have to do some work to protect his clean sheet. He's not had much to do, as we previously mentioned, and earlier from 12 yards out he still didn't have much to do, as Romario Burke blasted his effort over bar. But this time Javon Thomas will take the responsibility, and he's been Central FC's best player, dare I say. Can he get a deserved goal? He does. Tucks it in neatly into the bottom corner to at least provide some consolation for Central FC this evening. The man on screen retrieving the ball, Romario Burke, certainly would be grateful for his teammate there for sparing some measure of the blushes. And Bryce's clean sheet, just like that, is gone. It's 7-1 in favor of Terminix La Horquetta Rangers, with that goal scored by Javon Thomas in the 88th minute.
Yeah, really good technique. Just keeping his eye on the keeper's movement to tuck it in. Did Thomas.
In the meantime, another substitution for Rangers, as it's Maurice Dick. He's certainly put in a brave shift in the middle of that midfield, and in is Daniel David for the remaining 2 minutes or so of this encounter. Meantime, Rangers looking for more. Corbin will have to do better to beat Katibi from there. So just about a minute and a half left in regulation time in this one. It's been a tidy evening's work for La Horquetta Rangers. They hold a 7-1 lead over Central FC. They headed back to the top of the standings in this Ascension tournament, and they've done their goal difference certainly a world of wonder.
Yeah, good stuff from them, keeping their heads down, bringing up their goal difference. It's going to be very important in the later stages of this tournament, as we said before.
Certainly, because the defense force are challenging, so too are Police FC, who will play the final fixture of this weekend's matches on match week 7 of the Ascension tournament against Central Soccer World at the St. James Barracks home ground tomorrow. They'll be watching keenly, Police FC, at how things turn out this evening. But definitely goal difference beginning to come into the minds of these teams. So we're at the end of regulation time. Still no indication of how much time will be added, but stick a pin in it. This is Tyrone Charles looking for the hat trick and blasted straight into the midriff of Katibi, and it goes out for a corner kick to Rangers. They'll have 2 minutes added on in order to see if they can restore a 7-goal cushion in this one. Tyrone Charles will have just about a minute and a half to see if he can notch a hat-trick this evening. Both of his goals came in the first half, and it's been a barren spell since. And even at this stage, Rangers still willing to serve it into the box. One would think that they might want to play those corners short, retain possession, as Junior Asun did there, or attempted to do before conceding a throw-in. Under a minute left here at the Arima Velodrome. Terminix La Horquetta Rangers 7, Central FC 1. Jarick Williams now, he has a runner ahead of him in Leandro da Costa. He's confronted by the substitute Daniel and just gives it away. Russ Russell Jr. to Corbin, now ahead to Lee, and this is Russ Russell Jr. He's looking, can't get onto the end of it. It looked threatening at one stage, but Central FC just relinquished possession once again. This is Corbin to Lee now. Cuts inside his man. Russ Russell Jr. plays it across, and Real Gill with a bad touch takes him away from goal. We've had the 2 minutes added on. The final whistle will come any moment now, but Gill still is thinking about a goal, and he gets it via the deflection. The 7-goal cushion is restored for Terminix La Horquetta Rangers via Real Gill. A substitute's double for the young man wearing the number 29 and rubbing salt into the wounds of the Central FC faithful that have traveled to the Arima Velodrome here this evening to witness this one in the Ascension tournament. We'll have another look. He twisted, he turned, he thought about it, he changed his mind, and when he finally decided to have a swing of his left boot, it was deflected in off Javon Thomas and past Fakuru Katibi for an 8th time in this match, as the referee Kalen Backus brings it to a close. The man on screen, Tyrone Gill, got things going in the 14th minute with a double in the first half, his other goal coming in the 30th, and from there it was off to the races for Terminix La Horquetta Rangers towards this final score. Terminix La Horquetta Rangers 8, Central FC 1 here from the Arima Velodrome. We'll get into the match highlights to remind you of how things went down here this evening. So this is how it all started. Tyrone Charles with a blast in the 14th minute with the assist from Jamal Francois. Then a giveaway to Francois himself, and he tucked it away to make it 2-0 in the 22nd minute. Central FC backs against the wall. Tyrone Charles then had that one deflected in and under Katibi to make it 3-0 in the first half. Central FC came out firing in the second. They had a few good chances. That one there from Romario Burke, and then a penalty for the handball infringement by Jesus Perez. The spot kick blasted over by Burke. Rangers went in search of even more. Another deflected effort from Maurice Dick. And then one of their substitutes, Kadeem Corbin, to Tyrone Charles, forcing the error from Leandro da Costa, and an own goal in the 63rd. And there was more still to come. This was Isaiah Lee flashing one wide. And then he himself picked up the loose ball. Flashed that one wide as well. Good save there by Jabari Bryce to preserve what at the time was a clean sheet. And then the other substitute, or one of the other substitutes for La Horquetta Rangers, Real Gill, twisting and turning similarly to the final goal, which you'll see in a moment, blasting that one into the roof. Lee got his one on the corner kick delivered in by Gill. So Gill had a goal and an assist since coming on as a substitute and was looking for more. This was a ball across towards Tyrone Charles on a hat trick. Unable to get it into goal, but there was Jamal Crichton to score in the 80th minute. The scoring didn't subside. This was a penalty awarded in favor of Central FC for that late challenge by Jabari Bryce. That's how he lost his clean sheet this evening, tucked away neatly by Javon Thomas. Thomas would be hard done by what happened here. He stuck to his task well. He didn't give Real Gil too much space, but still, it just spun in past Katibi off the toe of Thomas's boot. And that wrapped things up 8-1 in favor of TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers over Central FC. So those were the highlights in this one to wrap up this Saturday evening's action here at the Arima Velodrome. We'll turn pitch side now to hear some reactions and responses. Jovan Ravello is down there.
We're here with Central FC coach Russ Russell. Coach, sum up your thoughts after a very difficult evening.
Well, I think the score didn't relatively say how my team played. I think my team played, but I think we got some soft goals. I think it was some mistakes that, we had to work on. We had to polish up on in the next game. So I think, we fought, but we fought a losing battle.
We've spoken about the age of your team. How do you keep motivating them in a match like this?
Oh, well, there's young guys, so you keep talking to them. When goals start flying, it's hard to motivate guys. It's I fight to go back on the training pitch and work hard to get them back for the next game, because we have to get points on the board to do a little better in the tournament.
How do you rebuild from this loss?
Yeah, you throw it away. You just leave the score with was, leave thing. You make them know TERMINIX was a better prepared team, and we are a work in progress. So we'll just do that.
Team hasn't had a clean sheet this season so far. Is that something that you're concerned about?
Yeah. I keep shifting around the defense, but it is to find young guys who could hold the end. It's relatively a makeshift defense, but we're now gaining some guys that are registered that could hold up the end.
All right then. Thank you very much, coach, and all the best.
Welcome.
So the thoughts there of Russ Russell, senior head coach of the Central FC unit, that went under 8-1 this evening at the Arima Velodrome, making a point to not get down too much on his young squad for conceding some soft goals, and of course unable to keep a clean sheet 7 games into this Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. Up next, we'll hear from the winning team, TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers.
We're back with the winning coach this evening. Coach, can you tell me, how did you prepare your team for this match?
I think we work. First of all, let me say congrats to the Central team and Russ. I think it's a young bunch he has. You have to be brave to be playing with youngsters in the league. You see the level of the league. I think Russ is a good coach. I know him personally. And they did the fight to the end. The score didn't reflect on the game. Actually, the work, the fight, the matches, ball for ball, and we were lucky to come out on top.
What was the difference between the two teams this afternoon?
I think fitness. To be honest, I think we were a little fitter than them. Not by much. I think we was a little fitter than them. But technically, they are a good team. They played fast. And I think fitness, it boils down to fitness.
How do you prepare for these games? You were speaking about that earlier.
I think we just work on we work on our game. We don't work on the opponent. We work on our game. We try to focus on our game and not the next team. And most of the time we are successful with it.
Back on top of the league, how do you feel about going all the way this season?
Feel good, but it's far from finished. We're still in the first rounds, 2 games to go still. It's a close race. Army, Canupia, Police, 3 good teams. The Point team, Deportivo, another good team. So it's far from finished. It's just the first rounds, so we can't get carried away. And we'll see how it goes.
Thanks, coach, and all the best.
Okay.
really humble statements, humble in victory there. Dave Cormina, head coach of TERMINIX La Horquetta Rangers, you know, and of course making the point that it's still early days yet in this Ascension tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. We're still in the first round, 2 matches to complete it, but certainly St. Anne's Rangers in a good place and will be aiming to continue their good work. We'll return pitchside now to hear from the player of the match, Tyrone Charles.
Charles, how do you feel about your performance today, Tyrone?
First of all, good night, and I always feel good to score and get a man of the match.
You were encouraged earlier to score your hat trick. Did you feel that you could have done it tonight?
Yeah, I felt so, but I wasn't really focused on it. The main focus was getting the 3 points, and that's what we did tonight.
How do you feel about the way that the team performed this evening?
Well, yeah, it was an 8-1 victory, so it's obvious I'm happy with the team's performance.
All right, and your own personal performance, how do you feel about your season so far?
Well, the season is a long way. Still have some tweaking to do now, getting in the groove, and that's it.
All right, good performance. Congratulations, and thank you.
All right, thanks.
There you have it. We finished at the Arima Velodrome. We've had a bunch of goals today. An exciting match just finished, 8-1. The earlier match between those teams finished 2-1. This has been a pleasure bringing this tournament to you, the Ascension tournament, live from the Arima Velodrome. Please join us tomorrow from the police barracks. The police team will be playing and hoping to enhance their title hopes. I will be alongside Jassy Marik. Once again, for us, it's good night, and thank you for joining us for the Ascension tournament.